All right, so we're going to take a look at another commonly missed question on your Learning Target 3 classwork on assessments. This is going to be the fifth question, and I'm actually going to proceed by using elimination. So first off, I need to pair equations together to produce two smaller equations to create a 2 by 2 system. So I'm going to pair together the first and the second equation, and I'm going to go to eliminate z. Okay? Notice that one of them is a -5, one of them is a 2. So I'm actually going to multiply the first equation by 2 and the second equation by 5 in order to get a common coefficient that I could easily eliminate. So we're going to end up with 14y minus 10z equals -42. And then for a second one, we multiply it by 5. We end up with -20x minus 35y plus 10z equals, and -24 times 5 gets me -120, okay? So now it'll be really easy just to add these two using elimination, because -10z and 10z are going to add together to create 0. So then we have -120 plus -42. That gets us -162, okay? Notice that now we have a 14y plus a -35y, and that gets me a -21y. And then there's no like term with the x, so we just have a -20x, okay? Now I need to pair together two other equations. So I'm going to pair together equation 1 with equation 3. And I'm also going to have to get equation 3 set equal to -21. So let's just rearrange that really quickly right now. X minus 3y minus 3z equals -21. Okay? So to eliminate z, I'm going to multiply the first equation by 3 and the third equation by 5. That way, they're going to get the common coefficients again. Okay? Move this guy over here a little bit. So the first equation I multiply by 3 and I get 21y. And I'm going to get a -15z, and it's going to be equal to -63. My third equation I multiply by 5, so I'm going to get 5x minus 15y minus 15z equals, and we have -21 times 5, that gets us -105, okay? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract these two equations, okay? Because -15z minus -15z cancels out. So we have -63 minus -105. That gets me +42. We're going to have 21y minus -15y, getting me 36y. Notice that we have a 0x, and we're going to subtract 5x, getting me a -5x, okay? So now I'm going to pair together these two equations to create my smaller system. So bring a -20x over here, a -21y, and a -162. So I'm actually going to multiply this entire first equation by 4, because that'll get me a common coefficient for x to more easily eliminate. And I'll just rewrite that down here. So we have -20x, 36y times 4 is going to get me 144y. 42 times 4 is going to get me 168. Okay, so now, once again, I'm actually going to subtract these two equations because -20x minus -20x is going to cancel out. So then we have -21y minus 144y, getting me -165y. So then we have -162 minus 168, which is -330. Last thing to do to solve for y is divide both sides by -165. So then -330 divided by -165 gets us a y value of 2. That was a lot of work. So now we're going to take this value for y and we're going to plug it in to solve for x. Let's use this space over here. So I'm plugging in my y value of 2, and I'm going to solve my smaller equation for x. So we have -21 times 2 is -42. We're going to add 42 onto both sides of my equation. So -20x is equal to -120. Divide both sides by -20, and so then x is equal to +6. All right, the last variable that we need to solve for is our variable z. We can actually more efficiently plug in to the first equation our value for y. So 7 times 2 minus 5 times z equals negative 21. Let me zoom out, get myself more space. And so then we have 14 minus 5z equals negative 21. Subtract 14 from both sides. So negative 5z is equal to negative 21 minus 14. Oops, negative 21 minus 14 gets me negative 35. Divide negative 5 by both sides, and we get that z is equal to positive 7. So now we just got to write this as an ordered triple. 6 is our x, 2 is our y, 7 is our z, and ta-da, all done.